So for those of that can see, what you're seeing is my Facebook newsfeed wall, and I'm going to show you a couple ways to access the ads. Let's see. Usually, actually, right there is an ads manager. I'm pointing at it with my little hand there on the left-hand side, and that would take you right into the ads, or you can go to the pages across from that. This actually, you're not going to have an ads manager until you set your first ad up. There's across from the pages, there's a more button, and if you click on that, you can open up your page, and in this case I'm going to open up 365 Internet Marketing Tips, and usually right in the upper right hand corner is the Ads Manager button, and I'm going to take you into the one that I'm using right now, and explain it to you. Ted and I set up, this was Friday afternoon, we set up 2 for him, and I think we probably spent 15 or 20, maybe 30 minutes on each one of them, and he wanted his very focused in a geographical location, and mine isn't, but I'll show you how to do that. So I'm going to open up my, what I'm doing is promoting an event that I have coming up on the, it's actually the 2nd of May, I think, and I'm actually, some of you are already involved. I'm doing some habits whereby you, if every month you add a habit, an internet marketing habit, and at the end of the year you'll have 11 or 12 new habits, which kind of brings you up to speed with internet marketing. So this right here is my ads preview, and I'm going to click the edit button. So once you click the button to start an ad, this is what it's going to look like. You're going to see one that's in progress. Actually, I'm going to click and create a similar ad. I'm going to create a brand new one because there's a couple screens that aren't here that I want to make sure that you see. So hold on just a second, I got to back up. Anybody having any trouble seeing this? And if I go too fast, will you let me know? Okay, so you come to this screen right here, and it first of all asks you which of your pages that you want, and I'm kind of an admin for probably 30 pages, so I have to go through and find the page I want. It's a drop down menu and shows you all the pages, but if you just have one page up, it's real simple. And then I recommend that you get more likes unless you've got a page post set up that you want to promote. But primarily, you're all trying to get more people into what I call your sales funnel, which means you've got to get more likes, as many as possible. And so once you've clicked on that, then it gives you a chance now to put in your own headline. And based on what I always try to think about is what would attract me to this ad. Like when we were doing one for Ted on Friday, we put in a little picture there that had somebody standing on scales, because you only have a small picture. So you want to get a headline that captures their attention. And I mean, everybody's different because I've worked with 5 or 6 of you, and you all have a different concept. So, but this right here, this headline, is probably the most important. You can see what it looks like there, and it links right into it. And these characters right here, and they only give you a certain number of characters in each of these areas. So you may spend 15 minutes getting this right, but that's what it takes. And then I think this little spot right here had me confused. I kept losing it. It's called landing view, and if you there's a drop down here, and most of you are just going to be using you're taking people to your timeline, which is your page with your posts that people see. I don't think you'd want to take them to your photos. You don't want to take them to your blog necessarily. You want to probably take them to your timeline. And I've already uploaded the image. It's pretty simple to do. And then what I always recommend, this sponsored stories right here, what happened to me a couple times were when they turned down my first ad. They didn't like the fact that it had something in it they didn't like, and they turn it down. It takes 24 to 48 hours for them to decide whether they're going to approve an ad or not. And in the meantime, they set up their own ad. They start spending your money that you set up. So I always click remove on sponsored stories. This is what it looks like, and it will get you some likes, but you don't have any control over it. They set it up. So I would click remove. Now, one of the things that I found was if you're global, and a lot of you are, is to just add in all of the countries that Isagenix services. And that, as you see this audience number over here, every time you change something, like if I take out United States, watch it, it should change. It just went in half. So I'm going to put United States back in. So now I'm going to be back up here to 36,300 or 36,386,000, and I really believe you want to keep that number somewhere around no less than 5 million. So whatever you do over here, it's going to affect this number here. And as Ted and I were working, we ended up with 20 people in this section over here. And so we backed out everything we did and started over. When it happens, you've just put too many constraints on the advertising. I would make sure that their age is 21. No max unless you want a max. You all know what your target market is better than I do. I mean, like one person I worked with, her target market was 25 to 50 women, 25 to 55 years old. So you can actually drill down to that. If you want to do just the United States, and let's X out these so you can see what goes on, how that works. If you want to do a local geographical area, I'm going to show you how to do that. You would, well, I have to start with the United States. Then you've got your city, and you can add multiple cities. So we can say Modesto, California, and then you can include cities within a 50-mile radius. And let's see what happens here. My number just went down to 75,000. I'm sure that's because I've got too many things going on in this precise interest area. You can make this 100 miles, and well, no, you can only do 50. Take that back. But you could do the whole state of California, and it's back up to 21 million. So what you're watching for as you play with these, you drill down and get your target audience, is this over here. And I've found that the likes come in too slow if it's under 5 million. And then as you scroll down, you can, on the precise interests, say we X out of these, you can see what my interests are. They're mostly all internet marketing. Say I want to put in weight loss. I'm going to just put it in so you can see what happens. So we've got 16 million in weight loss, and my number just went down to 7,915,000. But that's 7,915,000 or 7,915,340 people in the state of California that would be in your target audience. I haven't had any luck adding these suggested likes and interests in. If you don't mind just playing around with it, go ahead and play around with it. But what Ted and I found out when we were drilling down to a very small geographical area, which would have been about 100 miles around Modesto, California, the number, we had to actually take all the numbers out, or take all of this precise interest and broad categories out to make sure this number over here was over 5 million. So as you're drilling down, you want to just keep an eye on this audience and make sure you got enough audience there. And down into connections, you want only people not connected to your particular page. My page is 365 Internet Marketing Tips. So we don't want to put this out in front of people that already like 365 Internet Marketing Tips. Only people that don't like it, or only people that haven't liked it yet. That's what I mean to say. This particular Friends of Connections, this is where every time I put something in here, I ended up with 20 people over here in my audience. So I would leave that blank. We're interested in all, and relationship status does not matter. If it did matter, say you were focusing on women that were engaged in the 25 to 45 age category, then you'd want to click on engaged. But most of you aren't working on that tight of a demographics. Anyone in education, workplaces, you could put a workplace in here, but I wouldn't. Try and keep that number over 5 million. Then you can give your existing campaign a little short name right here. And Ted said $3 a day. I have actually played with $1.50 per day. And what happens is once they approve it, you're gonna input your credit card information into here. And once they approve it, they will run it continuously, but every 6 or 7 days they will charge your credit card. But I would say, since you have to have 400 people, if you were to put the fastest way to build this up is back up here under locations, is go global. And then as we scroll down, so you set your budget. I wouldn't even be surprised if there was $1 a day. I've just gone as low as $1.50 a day. It slowed my likes down, and I mean it was kind of after Christmas and money was tight. It's not slowed my likes down, but I didn't have to spend as much either. I've gone as high as $5 a day. I've just sort of played with it. Then once you're done, you click place order. Now I want to go back to, I'm not going to place the order because I don't want to place this one. I want to go back to my Facebook page and show you how to put that ad into suspense. So you go into your ads manager right up there in the corner. Once you go into your page, and I don't know why they're asking me to do this, then you click on your ad that you want to put in suspense, and all you have to do is click the down arrow there and click on paused. So if you want to suspend it for 3 or 4 days or a week, you can. Now you can change the price at any time. You can pause it at any time without Facebook coming in and having to review it. But if you change any of the details on that screen we were just going through, you'll have to wait till Facebook comes in and reviews it and approves it. So you can change the price, or you can pause it, or make it active again, and it'll just pick up where it left off. You can also advertise on Facebook. Say you want to send them right to your website, you can do that. If that was back in this, let's go back again so I can show you what I'm talking about. Back in this initial screen, you can send them to your own personal page. Search pages and places. That was an event. You can put in your own URL, which I'll just put in mine. So that would send them right to my website. So you don't have to send them to your Facebook page, but if the purpose is to get them into your sales funnel where you can have an effect on them, I'd send them to your Facebook page.